Okay, in the second part of workgroup training, we're going to talk about queue handling. So once you're in the workgroup that you want to make changes to, about halfway down, right under the Edit Agents button, there's a Edit Queue Handling button. Go ahead and click that, and this will take you to the configuration page for your queue. Now, across the top here, you can see that there's 5 steps. So 5 different prompts or messages that we can play to the caller while they're holding in queue. And in between these steps, your normal queue music will be playing. Then once a call reaches this particular step threshold, then it'll play whatever message, if any, that you have configured. All right. So as I click through each one of these, you'll notice that the options are all the same, and I just might be changing what it is I'm doing in each of these steps. So first option here, you can altogether skip the step if you don't need it. If you do need it, just uncheck it. Check the box if you want to announce estimated wait time, or uncheck it if you don't. And then the time until next step field is just the number of seconds that you want to elapse until the next step is triggered. The prompt text field there is just a reference point, so if you want to type in the text of whatever your audio file is, you can certainly do that. So then obviously you need to get some type of recording in here, and you can either record straight from your ShoreTel phone, or you can import a WAV file. Please reference the ShoreTel admin guide, as there is a specific format that WAV files need to be in order to import them into the ShoreTel system. But you'll notice that my record button is grayed out here, and that's because I haven't set what device I want to record from. So over here on the left-hand side, under Preferences, and I'll go ahead to leave this page for a second and not save my changes. What you'll want to do is type the extension number that you want to record from. So if you're recording from your desk, you can type your ShoreTel extension number in here, hit save, and then when you go back to that work group, you will then see the record button highlighted, which we won't right now because I didn't set one. But that record button will be highlighted, and you can then record. And what that'll do is the system will place a call to your phone and just follow the prompts to record the new greeting, review it, and then save it. Once you get your recording in there, it might just be a simple message where you're playing something along the lines of all agents are currently assisting other callers. Please continue to hold, and your call will be answered as quickly as possible, or whatever it is you're playing there. But you could also give callers an option, right? So if they don't want to wait in queue, maybe they're in the wrong group, they need to transfer to a different group, or maybe you want to give them an option to zero out to the receptionist. You can do that in here simply by choosing what digit you want them to press, and then you've got some options, right? So you can either repeat the prompt, you can go to a different menu, you can transfer to an extension, you could take a message to an extension, or heaven forbid, you can just directly hang up on the call, right? So you have to tell them in the greeting, obviously in your recording, what option to press, and then in here, if you want to send them to another menu and dequeue the call, so that call will be taken out of the work group and sent to one of your auto attendants, you can do that as well. And you basically can just configure that step by step. Again, it's all of the same options, but you can configure different WAV files that you can import or record, and different options. Once you get to the last step, though, if you scroll all the way to the bottom, you can do what's called an overflow or interflow. So you can send the call to another extension or to an external number. And off the top of my head, I forget which one's which. I believe the overflow. So basically, if you overflow is sending it to another work group, and you'll get this option here where you can maintain wait time. So if you're sending it from one group to another group, you can have the system maintain their wait time, so that way when they get dumped into the other queue, they won't get sent automatically to the bottom of the line. It'll still hold their wait time for for the amount of time they were currently waiting in this particular group. The interflow is basically if you just send it to another extension that's not a work group. So it can be a hunt group, an auto attendant, or another user's extension. So the maintaining wait time would not apply unless you're sending it to another group. Once you get all that set, and you hit save, and your settings will be immediately published and applied to that work group.